Does your lower back feel stiff every time you get up from a chair? Or maybe you've started avoiding certain movements, like bending down or twisting, because of that lingering ache that just won't go away. If that sounds familiar, stay with me, because I'm about to walk you through 5 simple, research-backed exercises that you can do right at home. No equipment, no gym, just you, your body, and a few minutes a day to finally bring relief to that stubborn pain. And here's the best part. If you stick with me until the end, I'll reveal one of the most common mistakes that actually makes back pain worse. A mistake even seasoned gym-goers make, and how you can avoid it starting today. Let's start with the first move that resets your spine's foundation and prepares your entire back for healing. If your lower back feels locked or stuck every time you stand up, your pelvis might be the silent culprit. You see, sitting for long periods, especially with poor posture, causes your hips to tilt forward over time. This is known as anterior pelvic tilt, and it subtly shifts your spine out of its natural alignment. The result? Extra pressure on the lower back and a tight, uncomfortable feeling that just doesn't go away. That's why this first movement is so important. Pelvic tilts are a gentle but powerful way to remind your body how proper alignment feels. They activate your core, loosen your hip flexors, and help realign your pelvis with your spine. Here's how to do it. Lie on your back with knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Gently tilt your pelvis backward, as if you're trying to flatten your lower back into the floor. And then return to neutral. Go slow and controlled. Aim for 2 sets of 10 reps, focusing on feeling the subtle movement of your spine realigning with each tilt. Think of this as your reset button. It's the foundation that prepares your lower back for everything else we'll do. So don't rush it. Give your body time to remember how to move correctly. Once your pelvis is moving better, we can unlock the spine itself. And that's where we're heading next. If your lower back feels tight, rigid, or stuck in one position, chances are your lumbar spine has lost its natural flexibility. And here's why that matters. When your spine can't move freely, it also can't absorb shock properly. Every step you take, every time you twist or bend, the impact goes straight to the joints. Over time, that stiffness leads to strain, fatigue, and pain. That's why the cat-cow stretch is so valuable. It's a simple yoga-inspired movement that gently mobilizes your spine while coordinating it with your breath, like giving your back a sip of oil to smooth out the creaks. Here's how to do it. Get onto all fours with your hands under shoulders and knees under hips. Inhale as you arch your back and lift your tailbone and chest, the cow position. Exhale as you round your spine, tuck your chin, and pull your belly button up, the cat position. Flow slowly between these 2 movements for 1 full minute, matching breath to motion. Don't rush. This isn't about speed. It's about waking up your spine, 1 vertebra at a time. People often say this move feels like WD-40 for your spine. And it's true. It reintroduces movement where things may have been frozen for years. Now that we've created motion, it's time to activate the muscles that support that motion. Most people don't realize this, but weak glutes are one of the most overlooked causes of lower back pain. Why? Because when your glute muscles, especially the gluteus maximus, are underactive, your body starts to shift pressure onto your lumbar spine. This means your back muscles and spinal discs are forced to pick up the slack every time you walk, stand, or lift. Over time, this compensation leads to tightness, strain, and eventually, pain. That's where glute bridges come in. This move doesn't just strengthen your backside, it teaches your body how to move as a unit, with support coming from the hips, not just the spine. Here's how to do it. Lie on your back with knees bent and feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. Engage your core, press through your heels, and slowly lift your hips off the ground. At the top, squeeze your glutes, as if you're trying to pinch a coin between them. Hold for a second, then lower down with control. Aim for 10 to 15 reps, 2 to 3 sets, at a slow, steady pace. This move reactivates your core pelvis spine harmony, giving your lower back the support it's been craving. But remember, movement isn't just about strength, it's also about release. Let's take the pressure off with a stretch designed to do just that. After a long day on your feet, or even after just sitting too long, this one is a lifesaver for your lower back. This stretch is all about gentle decompression. When you bring your knees toward your chest, you create space between your vertebrae, releasing built-up pressure in the lumbar spine. Think of it as a soft reset for your back. Calming, restorative, and incredibly effective. Here's how to do it. Lie on your back with your knees bent. Start by pulling one knee up toward your chest using both hands. Hold it gently for 20 seconds, breathing slowly. Then switch sides and repeat. Once both legs have been stretched individually, bring both knees up to your chest. Wrap your arms around them and give yourself a light hug. Hold this position for another 20 seconds, letting your lower back melt into the floor. Repeat this entire sequence 3 rounds. And don't rush, let your breath guide the movement. This stretch isn't just for pain relief. It's a great way to wind down before bed, ease post-exercise tension, or simply reconnect with your body. And now that you've released the tightness, it's time for one final move. One that brings everything together by engaging your core, balance, and brain in one smooth motion. Ready? Let's wrap this up with strength and synergy. If your lower back pain keeps returning, the issue may not be just tight muscles. It could be poor coordination between your core and spine. And that disconnect increases your risk for strain with every twist, lift, or step. That's where the bird dog comes in, a deceptively simple move that trains your entire stabilization system. It challenges your deep abdominal muscles, spinal stabilizers, and even your brain to work together in harmony. When done correctly, it builds the kind of balance and body awareness that prevents pain before it starts. And the science backs it up. In fact, the Spine Journal published a meta-analysis showing that the bird dog is one of the most effective exercises prescribed in physical therapy for chronic low back pain. It's not just a rehab tool, it's a long-term solution. Here's how to do it. Start in a tabletop position, hands directly under shoulders, knees under hips. Engage your core as if bracing for a gentle punch to the stomach. Slowly extend your right arm forward and left leg back, keeping your hips level. Hold for 5 seconds, then return to starting position. Switch sides. That's 1 rep. Do 10 reps on each side, but don't rush. Controlled movement is key. You may wobble at first, and that's okay. It means your stabilizers are learning. Over time, this exercise helps your body move smarter, not just harder, giving your back the support it truly needs. Now that you've built that foundation of mobility and strength, let's wrap things up and make sure you're using these moves the right way. You've just given your spine a complete tune-up, but here's how to make these changes stick, safely and effectively. Let's quickly recap the 5 exercises that can help transform your lower back. Pelvic tilts. Reset your spinal foundation and realign your posture. Cat-cow stretch. Restore mobility through breath-driven motion. Glute bridges. Activate the muscles that protect your spine. Knees to chest stretch. Gently release built-up tension and pressure. Bird dog. Build stability, balance, and long-term protection. The best part? You don't need pills. You don't need hours at the gym. Just 5 to 10 minutes a day, 3 to 5 times a week, and your spine will thank you. Of course, if you've had spinal surgery, a herniated disc, or chronic nerve pain, always consult your doctor or physical therapist before starting a new routine. Your body already knows how to heal. These movements are just the reminder it's been waiting for. If this video brought you relief, leave a comment below or share it with someone who needs it, because your back is listening, and it deserves to feel strong, mobile, and pain-free.